Ta-da. And just like that, I maneuver through the chains of the internet to hopefully get to a space where I can just minimize my screen and allow for people to ask questions if they have any. Usually during the astrology and alchemy podcast stuff. Jason. Hi. Welcome. I will get questions like, what does your pre-game process look like? What is your pre-show meditation like? What is the intuitive psychic stream about? Am I like shaking chickens or like channeling? What is it that I'm doing? Right, Mary? And the question is, it doesn't look that complicated. Just finished dinner, getting my children into bed, doing all the things. Then you step out of one role and into the other, where sometimes that might be changing my makeup or changing my hair or putting on a hat or changing your dress, right? Your dress code, your mask. And then, of course, a beverage. You must feed the spirits. And so that I engage in like some kind of a coffee or water or coffee, usually coffee, but sometimes water. Tonight it's coffee. I also have had water, but it is snowing here. We are, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 inches already on top of the foot of snow we had. So it's a lot of snow. We're pretty much snowed in. That's fine. We've got pinto beans and pork going on the stovetop. It's one of my favorite, like, homey meals. And some fried chicken in the oven, done, eaten through, but a few pieces left. And it is 15 minutes exactly until I will be chiming in live to the podcast. I've been up for a few days straight. I feel like when you're working crisis and in social services, that it is being on call, being there for extra needed clients who need to talk through the holidays. It's always kind of a difficult time, but we're also on a waxing moon, going to be a full moon in Cancer, I believe. So anyway, we're going to know when we do the Astrology and Alchemy podcast here in a bit. And so for those of you joining me for the first time, if this is your first time, I really love that seeing your face and having people join me in like the astrology process. For me, I've always been interested in it, but kind of skeptical. And I didn't really enjoy the fact that there's so much freaking math involved. But as you learn, if you don't need it, you don't want it, you do need it. You don't have to want it. And I really enjoy how astrology has helped my skepticism with like my intuition. So anyway, I've got my food, I've got my drink, and we are chimed in here. So if you guys have questions about the forensic psychology thing, the Monday through Friday thing, some of the questions that I know sometimes will stream through the live chat when we connect to the Paranormal channel. There's 10,000 subscribers there, and Odyssey has like millions of subscribers. So sometimes the chat can get very, very, very busy. I like to keep it very intimate between like my Instagram and my social media stream. And so I can see you guys, Grumpy, Mary, Christy, Pepper, John, Matthew. I can see all of you guys. And so here in this next, 12 minutes, I'm kind of watching it. Now I keep an Excel spreadsheet. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think in the new year, I would like to make some changes to it. So I probably will do that, meaning that like I save it and then start a new one. And so that I'm always kind of saving and then maybe going back and looking at the predictions. But because I posted them on social media every single day in last year, the calendar year, I didn't really need to save them. But this year, I'm not going to be posting on social media for astrology. I'm going to let people that are joining the Gypsy Tribe or maneuvering through the podcast do that. And so that is kind of scary because the idea that I'm not going to, I like to track everything I do. It's kind of a Virgo thing. It's a Virgo trait. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding a row below. Today's Tuesday, January 3rd. So one of the things I do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm not looking at the chat room right now because I'm doing this, but I will tell you what I'm doing. I'm looking at it's like Wednesday, January 4th. 2023. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but I'm going to go and just do the week ahead in the Excel spreadsheet. So like January 5th, 2023. And I fill this out. Yes, I share it with those people who are in the Gypsy tribe. What is that? It's those people who pay $100 a month. It's actually 111 to meet with me weekly at some point, some way, somehow, sometimes a phone call, sometimes a text message. We set it up for what works for you and your time and space. And we work on whatever journey in your soul journey, spiritual journey that you are in, and you need some guidance and help and mentoring. And I help hold you accountable. And we work things together. And I kind of provide a little bit of my education and experience your way. And we work through really cool and interesting magic together, which is kind of fun. So Monday, January 6th, 7th, 8th, 2023. Gosh, it's good. It's just hard to believe we're already in 2023, but I love the 3. I like odd numbers better. I don't know why. So I like seeing the 2023. So later tonight or tomorrow, I will actually, and I might do it live depending on how we feel about it. I will go through and have the whole month. Now I know somebody out there probably has like a right click date and it would do it all for me. That both makes me super excited to think I could save all that money, time, and insurance. I don't know if this is a Geico commercial or what, but then I start thinking like, I like doing the work. I like writing with pencil out on my calendar. Yes, I have Google Calendar on my phone. Yes, it's integrated to all 3, 4, 5 jobs, whatever. I like writing baseball practice and pencil on my calendar. Neuroscience would tell us helps you remember the dexterity and magic is that you're putting pen to paper and you're manifesting it through like physical, tangible means. Right? Right. So, some people in the chat room, man, said, I can't stand headaches. Got a lot of headaches. That's probably the weather, right? That's probably that waxing moon. Right. We've got 10 minutes till the show. I need a floodgate of money to bust open for me, says Grumpy Stack. Me too. I need to get some money because Mary said, hey, well, how's your father doing? I need to go see him. He's actually kind of stressed right now. He burst some internal sutures and is leaking quite a bit of fluid and needs to be bed rest. But, there's not really anyone there to help him. He's by himself. And so my stepmom did find long-term care. We managed to get her into a facility where he's not caring for her. So she's safe, which is great. But that means he's kind of there by himself, up moving around, doing food, doing laundry. And I have someone that comes in once a day to check. She's not been coming in every day. And it's not like, it's kind of like a verbal contract. So it's not like I can really throw a fit about it. And, we're helping her and she's helping us. So I probably need to go there myself and help with some things. And that would mean either driving 700 miles in kind of a car that I don't 100% trust in bad weather, which we have bad weather, or flying, which, hey, Southwest, I might be able to get some cheap tickets right now. And I just don't have the money after the holidays and everything to just do that, which really kills my heart because I feel like I work a lot and that I should just have the money to be able to do that and drop things to go take care of family, but it doesn't work that way. So, but he is just kind of working through managing that and trying to get to and from the doctor's appointments, but he can't drive. So that's also another thing. Am I seeing more than usual irritation or aggression in tiffs or arguments due to Mars? Yeah. Mars is actually in Gemini, which we'll be talking a lot about this week in the show that we're doing here in 8 minutes. And that I think is really, really, really an interesting thing because it's motivations and it's two-faced and it's contrasted and it's absolutes. It's far ends of the spectrum. It's being pulled like a Stretch Armstrong. And so people kind of feeling pulled and stretched, I think is push it to the limit. And so that's just kind of a big thing. The magnetosphere is awakening and historically causing conflict. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. And world wars and like major issues. Yes. Reading, speaking, listening. I learned by doing it all, says Pepper. I also learned kind of by doing it all. I hope you got some vinegar so you can balance that and be full of piss and vinegar. Actually, really fun story. My dad growing up, it was always a thing after the dinner table. He was not like an alcohol drinker. Instead, he was an apple cider vinegar kind of guy. And he would take a shot of apple cider vinegar to wash all the food down and like wince and, make this like face. And I always thought it was really cool. So I'd do one too, just like dad. And to this day, I still like to go like to the vinegar store and get really good vinegar and making my own shrubberies. Anyway, and I love vinegar. So, yeah, and it has been kind of two-faced stuff, so I apologize on that space. Okay, I got 5 minutes. Quick! I'm not going to be prepared at all for the show. You guys will see what it looks like when a Virgo is not prepared. That's okay. That's okay. We don't have to be 100% prepared all the time. But today is the 3rd. That is Tuesday. One thing was happening. Let's just see what we got happening. Oh, only one thing happening on the 4th, and that is Venus in Aquarius sextile Jupiter in Aries. Venus in Aquarius sextile Jupiter in Aries. I do sing it. Ritual, suggestion, shadow work. I type each and every single thing out. I know. Venus and Aquarius. Love, romance, finance, all. And Aquarius can be light, fun, airy. And you can have a really good time with people that you care about. Absolutely. Growth, money, take a chance on an adventure with someone. Yes. And opportunity and growth are on fire. So I'm going to suggest fire magic. I always think it give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I did, but I'm thinking fire. Why am I hearing Beavis and Butthead Do America? Which is roller coaster of love. That's what I'm hearing in my brain. That's what the spirit guides are saying. I always like to see how that plays out because, like, I'm saying this right now, Matt is probably toiling with his children and doing all the things, whatever his pre-show game looks like, he's doing that. He has no idea that we're doing this right now. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. 2 things happen on the 5th, so I'm going to go there and make room for that. 2 things happen on the 5th, so insert column row below. Italian balsamic vinegar. Ooh, I love it all. Everything. It just makes me feel a bit of relief that it's not me seeing and feeling it. I don't have to say goodbye to something. Oh my God, I cried so much this morning. I threw a fit. I threw a major anger fit yesterday. I mean, it could be menstrual things and hormones too, but also the full moon, but also the gravitational pull, but like also the collective consciousness, but also the holidays, but all of it. Steph said, yeah. I joined last week and I had a flood prediction and it happened. Callie, I'm so glad you're in here. I've been trying to respond to people on Messenger, but my phone is locked on Messenger. It's like locked on Paranormal Sarah, and I can't flip profiles without updating my Samsung account. And I can't update my Samsung account because it says I don't have enough storage. So I've got to move my storage, but my cord doesn't work. So anyway, I'm in a kerfuffle. But I have your reading most all the way done. Callie's my last person waiting for a reading. And I always hate it when people wait for things because I literally think about it every second. It's on my brain like, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And I'm not forgetting. But I also am really superstitious about things. And part of me really wants to wait until the 6th, but I won't wait until the 6th. And so I was like, I'm going to wait till the new year. And it's now the new year. But I still haven't been able to get my cord to work, to get my stuff off my phone, to get my phone updated, to get the stuff of the pictures of your reading that I took off my phone onto my computer. So that's just where I'm at on that, but it is ready to go. And I want to send it to you in good energy. And I've not had good energy for the last 3 days because it is a waxing gibbous moon in Cancer. That'll be the one thing that we're talking about this week. Grumpy said, I had to walk in the horrible weather. Callie said, man, I lost my shit. I tried to punch a hole through my door. Yep, really snarky, but really proud of myself. I've been able to get through it. Oh my God. the snarky, grumpy craziness. I lost my shit yesterday. I have just been all over the place. And you guys, I work with violent offenders. I work predominantly with level 3, well, anyway, 1, 2, or 3 sex offenders. And so anyone, in that realm over the holidays, not being able to see your loved ones, not being able to go to the holidays because there's kids there and you can't do that. There's a lot of restrictions where you can and can't go, things you can and can't do, and you want to be a part of, and you're on probation or you're in jail still. And so it's like a high violent time. And whoa, Nelly, tell me that it is not true. It is. And it's holy moly cannoli. And so I really felt like I had to reach out to all my friends and family and do that. And then when I did, and I would reach out to them, and every single person answered the phone like, oh my God. And I was like, oh no. And so that happened. So, but you are not alone. Trine, Uranus, and Taurus. Trine, Uranus, and Taurus. What do we think? Okay, I haven't been able to put my own thoughts down yet. Oh no. I hate that because I like to be able to see what like coincidences I find with Matt. It's really just it adds an additional level of fun for me. It's not like a huge deal. But let's see what we get out of Matt and the astrology and alchemy, guys. If you have never joined the show before, depending on how you're listening right now, maybe go to where you are right now and you will find a link for a live show. It is something I do every week at 9 p.m. with my fellow astrologer, Matt Slosier. He's very objective minded. He's got that sharp kind of wit about him. And I think having both the male female perspective is really nice. And it gives us an ability to have two different ways of looking at something and sharing different ways of learning the astrological signs as we know them, because we know them and feel them differently. And I do hope you will join us. It is 9 o'clock on the dot. So I will log off here and switch over, guys. I do hope I will see you there. We are going to be doing yearly predictions. I was going to do them last Sunday, but then something happened and there's big winter storms. And so we're trying to do them this Sunday on Sunday Night Dead. Because yes, we need to get those yearly predictions done. Stuff's already hitting the fan. Here we go. Logging out. Boop. End.